here from Charlie Emerson Consults, your personal growth and development partners. Our word today is about wisdom. What is wisdom anyway? I believe wisdom is all about application. Applying that which you know. That is what we call wisdom. But beyond that, wisdom is the application of the facts and principles that are the absolute truth in life. But of course, from that definition of what wisdom is, somebody might choose to draw a discussion on the yardstick of truth. Here is my take on that. Wisdom must be anchored. So the equalizer here is, where do you draw your wisdom from? Because where you draw your wisdom from will now give us the kind of wisdom that we want to look at today. Will put us in context. We are not just looking at worldly wisdom. We are looking at divine wisdom. And divine wisdom is anchored. Where is it anchored? But back to what I'd said earlier on, when one chooses to draw a discussion on the yardstick for truth, the equalizer, like I said, is where you draw your wisdom from. So if any of you, like the Bible tells us, to those of us who are believers, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Let me say that again. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. What we want is wisdom. And we're not just looking at worldly wisdom. We want divine wisdom that we can only get if we ask from God. Only God can give us wisdom, because only God can give us the true principles of life, so he can give us divine wisdom. Because only God can give us the truth, so we can ask for divine wisdom from him. The best wisdom is anchored on God. Let me say that again. The best wisdom in life is anchored on God. It is God at work. If you really want to define wisdom, it is God at work. Not human wisdom, not human understanding or whatever. It is God at work. So your wisdom as an individual who desires to grow and develop must be anchored on who God is. When a wise man is anchored on God and he speaks, he talks about the ordinary, and the wise will see wisdom. When a wise man anchored on who God is speaks, the wise will see wisdom in that. And then the fool, sorry to use that word, but the fool will see foolishness and think it is wisdom. That is where the difference is. The fool will see foolishness and think it is wisdom, because what they think is wisdom is not anchored on who God is. Remember, God is truth. So, if what they see is not anchored on who God is, it is foolishness. And we cannot call that divine wisdom. We cannot. It is with divine wisdom that as individuals on a journey to growth and development, we can make right judgment and administer justice. It is with divine wisdom that as individuals on a journey to growth and development, we can make right judgment and administer justice that can only come with divine wisdom. It is with wisdom that we can possess a measureless breed of understanding. It doesn't come easily. For you to possess a certain level of understanding, you need divine wisdom. Otherwise, you will develop secular understanding of life and look at things in a certain perspective that won't take you far anyway. Yet somebody who looks at life with the lens of divine wisdom as defined by God will develop a peculiar understanding, meaning the things they will do are peculiar. Not just ordinary things, they do extraordinary things. We can build strong insights for life if we have divine wisdom. If we have wisdom at play, we can build great insights out of life, out of other people's experiences, simply because we are anchored on God, and He can give us the divine wisdom to understand the different things happening around us in life. And then number 4, we can build peaceful relationships in life. With wisdom, we can build peaceful relationships in life. It takes wisdom for you to build relationships. Ask any married person. It takes divine wisdom for you to live with that woman. It takes divine wisdom for you to be a parent. It takes divine wisdom for you to mentor the young generation and point them in the direction that God wants them. It takes wisdom. It's not just, human wisdom. We need God. We need to anchor our lives on who God is if we are to grow and develop. So, wisdom is the application, and every person's journey to growth and development calls for the above highlighted truths as a result of wisdom. It is wisdom to note and understand that if a person's reality can be bought, then it is no virtue and can be sold to the highest bidder at any one point in time. Meaning that a person is not worth being part of your growth and development endeavors if their loyalty can be bought off and sold to the highest bidder. It takes wisdom to understand who is on your team and who is not on your team. Without wisdom, you may not notice even the most visible indicators of unfaithfulness. But with wisdom, you can easily tell somebody's loyalty to your endeavors in life. Business owners can tell who is on their team and who is not because they apply wisdom, and their wisdom is anchored. So they can easily tell even the slightest of an indicator of unfaithfulness, or people who are not loyal to the vision and mission of the company can be identified with the application of wisdom. Pursue wisdom if you desire to grow. The Bible tells us as believers, pursue or seek wisdom, and all these other things will be added unto you. Just like King Solomon did in the Bible. As a king, he sought after wisdom, and he didn't seek after human wisdom or worldly wisdom. He sought after divine wisdom. That is why he had to ask from God to grant wisdom to enable him administer justice for the people that God had put under his authority. He had to ask for wisdom for God to enable him make the right judgments in life. He needed right judgment as a king. He needed to administer justice as a king. That was made possible because God gave him wisdom. As a person who desires to grow and be elevated to a certain level of development, seek after wisdom. Seek after wisdom, and all those other things will be added unto you. Solomon got so many other things because he sought after wisdom. He went after wisdom from God. Not just possession, not just accumulations, but wisdom. Seek after wisdom. Seek after wisdom if you desire to grow and develop. Only godly wisdom will make us stand. Only godly wisdom will enable us achieve and attain great things in life.